All right, what up, guys? We are live. How are you
Oh,
doing today, Ribhu?
good, good. I mean, coffee at 7 p.m., so that's always a sign of a good day.
Busy day today for you? You've been doing a lot of mortgages.
It's been crazy just overall, we mortgage business has been good. Um, Olympus is looking to buy again as well. So I mean, that's been busy so as well. So, just all around having fun with it. So let's get into the day. Just kind of chill, watch some deals, see what you got to surprise me with today.
So today we're gonna change things up a little bit. Um, a lot of people have been reaching out to me saying they want to do some flips. They got some capital and they don't really quite have enough to really make a full blown 20% down on something, but they have the experience, expertise in the construction, and they have that vision where they look at something that looks like kind of a dump, and they know exactly what they need to do it to make it a beautiful home that could sell for a lot of money. And flips are quick turnaround, so you could be walking away with potentially six figures in a matter of 2 to 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think it's at that point now where you're actually getting things to buy again. Because I mean, prices have gone down, but before the things you bought didn't also go down with it, so you didn't have that spread there. But I think the spread's back, which is good.
especially at this time of the year, you buy, maybe you close in December, maybe you close in January, you renovate it for two
Yeah,
months, and then you're perfectly lined up for the spring market. Is
100%.
actually works really well. And if you're a contractor and you already have a crew, chances are,
And you're probably slow right
yeah, you got to do something to keep your guys busy. You don't want to lay your guys off. Keep them
Yeah,
keep them working, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you've had quite a few bit of experience flipping yourself, haven't you, Ribhu?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, me and the Olympus boys, we flipped a couple. Um, yeah, it actually was in the winter. Which is mainly because, well, prices getting into the winter, usually it was a good time to buy. The deals popped up. But then to my point, trades, like it was always really good to get trades. Like some of them, yeah, we got the kind of dedication you wouldn't get in the middle of the summer for sure.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
pricing as well, because yeah, you're one of the few clients. I mean, the good guys are busy, but you get somebody who could, get your project well serviced and focused on yours. You could turn something around pretty quickly, and like you said, be primed for the spring market. A little bit challenging sometimes if you have some exterior work to do and figuring out how to time that, but generally, they've all turned out pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I was gonna say something.
I think the
How?
biggest lesson I've had to learn was make sure your heat is working before you try to mud.
Yeah.
I
What's
run a generator and we were broke, so we didn't have a big generator. So me, Matt, and Alex took shifts going to fill up the generator.
did for my project? We had my contractor had a big he called it a salamander. It's the thing that
Yeah,
it's it's has flames in it and it heats up the place. A little bit cheaper than
yeah,
using electric heat for the for a
yeah,
fourplex.
yeah. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
So
Um, what's the biggest profit you've ever made on a flip?
I don't know if I want to share that, but it
Okay,
was a lot.
because it was a lot, right? Okay, we'll do it. We'll leave it at that. Okay.
Yeah,
Probably yeah, it's a lot.
it's. I will be honest. It's it's probably not repeatable in this market, but it was something that we sold in February of 2022.
Okay. That's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And regarding financing and people, a lot of people want to get into flips. They're like, "Oh my God, how do I afford this?" What are like the pro flippers? What kind of how do they close on these properties and where do they find the money to buy these things and renovate it?
Yeah, so pro, I mean, so there's a few people. There's, pro, I'm not sure what you define as pro, but some people who always kind of have a flip on the go. but with qualifying power. You know, if they're buying something, you know, there's a lot of good flips that you don't need to buy completely torn apart, right? You know, it's usable, but you're going to do a full cosmetic reno. Very standard, you know, bank mortgage, probably a variable open of some sort because you know you're going to break. Just understanding the penalties there will be important. But you know, more often than not, especially the pro guys, I mean, the ones we bought, for example, you couldn't salvage it. It was full gut job. So, you know, a lot of times you're entering private there. For a few reasons. One, you know, you want that flexibility on the buy. You don't really want a whole lot of conditions in your buying because you, as somebody who knows what they're doing, knows that there's going to be issues the bank's going to find, and you just want to get this done as soon as possible. So, you know, Calvert's the big one, super popular. There's a couple of local guys, you know, in Belleville and stuff who do lend on flips if you're a good, solid borrower, some of whom we've leveraged in the past. You know, collateral loans, whether, you know, you don't actually want to put a lot of money down, but you have equity in another property. And so we've also done that. You know, we've leveraged equity in another property without actually refinancing. So once we sold, it's, you know, our original mortgage goes back to what it was. So it's kind of a short-term strategy, especially with flips, right? You don't want to be in a flip for more than a few months.
No,
and that's
in
where
and
the
out.
market had gotten scary because, you know, things were really declining heavily there for a while, or at least you didn't know what was happening next. And now, like I said earlier, we're back where you have that spread to soak up, even if conditions change a little bit. You still make some good money.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into the first one. This one I know you haven't seen, so it's gonna be fun.
Oh no. Okay.
All right. This one got listed.
Oh,
Yeah, you can tell it's a beauty from the first photo.
oh yeah. Just know it's a beauty from the price.
How much? So yeah, let's show everybody the price. It's $189,000. You're wondering why is a house so cheap? I guess we'll find out
Yeah.
soon.
Oh, I know Michael too. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice guy to work with. All right. Triple stars. Fixer upper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exciting opportunity. 4 bedrooms, one bathroom,
Oh,
main
that's
floor laundry hookup. Yeah, so I saw this one. I was like, wow, this is a good flip because it's a 4 bed. You don't see too many 4 beds.
no.
Forced air, gas furnace, shingled roof, electrical panel, all
Wow.
5 years.
That is
Upstairs
solid.
and
So
that,
I think just to highlight why that's so big is, you know, especially in a flip, you don't really want to invest in the systems. That being said, if you want a good price, you want good systems. If the systems are already done for you,
mhm.
that's amazing. Everything else is cheap and easy to do.
So don't be deceived by the price. They are holding offers. There's a good chance it's going to sell firm above asking, depending on how many offers come in. So I would maybe this will sell for around 200. Hard to say. We'll see how it.
Yeah. How the math
Um,
works. Yeah.
and you know, it could be a teardown material. It's 50 by
Yeah.
100, 130, and yeah. Let's take a look at the pictures. Can I? Does it work? If I? Yeah, there you go. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, I'll just do this. So exterior looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of the fascia is missing along the here, and it looks like it's a complete like it is missing eaves troughs pretty much everywhere except for this portion here.
Okay.
So you're gonna want to take care of that for water mitigation. The roof, I can't really tell. The listing says shingles within approximately 5 years. I'm gonna believe them, but it looks a little rougher than that in my opinion.
It probably
That
could be
porch
looking like
is
that too, just because, yeah, just because of fascia and everything, like, you know, needs redoing. So it could just be a little ploy to the eyes.
yes. Siding. The porch is a little rough looking. Here's the kitchen. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not that bad. I mean, you're gonna be redoing all of this. This is a full like take the kitchen out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
New kitchen, new floors, new everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's your new electrical panel.
Yeah. That's nice.
Patchwork carpet everywhere. Wonder what's underneath.
Yeah. So
And
like, and I guess just to bring that up, like, you know, a project like this, which is probably going to be a full guy job, like I think people underestimate how easy those fixes actually are. You sister some joists and stuff like that. Like once there's no underlying structural problem, replacing subfloor, stuff like that, they're super easy to do.
Yeah, and some of the windows are newer actually. This one's a newer window. This one's an older window, so you don't have to do all of them.
Yeah.
And we get to the bedrooms.
Okay.
It's like
good sized bedrooms, good sized closets. I like that.
Floor,
it's well sized.
just floor paint trimmed light fixture, right? That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another bedroom here. Another bedroom here. And the bathroom in the house. You're gonna redo that from scratch. It looks like there's water damage here at some time in the past. Considering the shingles are supposedly new, so I would imagine this would have happened before they redid the shingles.
Yeah.
And this is the back laundry room. You see your laundry hookup and your plumbing for the.
Is that an addition?
I think it's an addition, or maybe
addition.
it could be like a deck that got enclosed.
From my experience, learning lessons the hard way, this is going to be, I'd say, the most critical from your budget plan, because every time we've had an addition that looks like this, there's been where it costs once you open walls up. So, you'd really want to be very clear on what you want to do here and not change scope on the back. Like, don't get too creative with the back.
I mean, just leave it as a laundry room. You're probably going to have to insulate it from the side, like from the bottom, most likely. And you may have to put a bigger footing.
Yeah.
Chances are, right?
Yeah.
But chances are this was originally a deck. Yes. Yeah, we're not doing anything crazy. Don't overspend. People like to renovate a lot. Don't do it. It's a flip. Okay, it's not your problem afterwards.
Okay, no.
Don't say that.
Do it right.
Don't say that.
Do it right. It just doesn't need to be.
No, you don't. But you don't need to redo everything from scratch.
It doesn't need to be 5-star. Yeah, 100%.
No.
Yeah.
The listing did mention the deck in the back is soft, which means it needs to be replaced. It's a really big deck as well, so there's a budget there to renovate that. And you do have a 130-foot deep lot, so actually quite a lot of land to play with here. And here's the floor plan. See the 4 bedrooms.
That's handy.
Look at that master bedroom. It's almost 13 by 13. It's actually a huge room.
Yeah.
Bath is a little small.
I really like how many bedrooms there are in this.
So yeah. So this being a flip, the first thing we're going to look at is what could this sell for if we renovated it, right? So I already did so this one is on Boswell Street, which is here. So I looked for everything that's 4-bed in this area that's been sold in this year. So we can have an idea of what because the market this year has been pretty flat from January to now. Like if you really look at it, so any point in the year is appropriate. And here's everything that's sold from highest lowest. So this is on Everett Street. This sold for $324, but that's still 125 grand more than this property is, right? And I'm just saying this one looks actually kind of nicely renovated. You guys can't see, can you?
Yeah.
There you go. Nothing super fancy, but it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And this sold for $325. And I'm not gonna click through all of these, but this one here, 70 Burton. This one probably looks like the most like a flip. What is going on? Oh, there you go. This is the most flip-like to me.
Okay. Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah. I see exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. You can instantly tell when something's a flip.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Is this virtually staged? Yeah, that's virtual. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, but that's another topic for another day.
I think it's fair if you do it accurately. Don't put a queen size bed in an 8x8 room.
Yeah, but I feel like as a home buyer, you want to feel the space when you go in. So like I feel like virtual staging pulls you to the property, but I don't know about when you're in the anyway, that's a different topic.
Yeah,
I
that bed is too small for the room. That they scaled this
Yeah.
bed down dramatically. Anyway, but that's besides the point. You as the seller, you wanted to get as many eyeballs on that as possible. So this is a pretty close comparable, right? Similar neighborhood, West Hill area. So for 370, and this is probably the most similar flip grade, right?
When did that sell? April? Nice. Okay.
April. So I think based on what I see here, I think we can safely say it should sell in the mid to high threes if you flip that thing.
Sure.
I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, the area, I really like how big it is. Because you know when you look at the buyer profile too, who's gonna buy it, the extra bedrooms are really gonna help. So yeah, I agree.
All right. So now this is a flip, so we're using a different calculator for this. We're using actually the Calvert flip calculator. Anybody like who does any short-term projects, they like that lender, and of course they're available through Ribhu if you wanted to access them. Okay, so this property is listed at 189.8. Let's just say we're gonna get it for that price, right? Continue, and we're gonna say we're gonna sell for 370, right? To be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Legal costs, we say it's 2,000 ish. Agents don't cost you anything on the buy. Blah blah blah. Appraisal. I don't think
Calvert does not need an appraisal. They do their own.
Yeah. You're probably not gonna do an inspection on this property. If you're buying this, you don't need an.
In this market, in this market I probably still would, because like I think the biggest thing, or at least at a minimum, I haven't walked the property, so I don't know. Just make sure everything's structurally intact.
Oh yeah, no, don't buy it sight unseen.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. Obviously, you know it's not like in the best shape, but like you just want to make sure you're not gonna get dinged with like a structural bill.
No. It's always funny because like sometimes you look at the property and you're like, you're getting a home inspection on this. They're just gonna go in and tell you everything's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna
put zero.
Yeah. So the thing here is the renovation budget, right?
Yeah.
Where do I put the renovation budget?
So section E, renovation budget.
Okay. All right. What are we saying for the renovation budget? We just best guess right now, top of your head.
85K.
85K. Time to renovate? 2 months. That sounds fair.
2 months is fine if we're not doing any layout changes. Yeah, because then no permits. You're just
Calvert. What kind of rates and fees and things are we looking at for Calvert?
Sure. So Calvert has quite a range. Okay. So, you know, you'll see them marketed as, oh, there's a $20,000 down product. Yes, there's a $20,000 down product, but the rates are crazy, like 18% right now. That being said, as you scale back to like 25%, which is standard for a project like this, you're probably looking at 9.99% interest. Now, sounds like a lot, but they will lend on this property with like no questions asked, and you know, for a short amount of time, you're not really paying that much, especially on a small loan amount like this. And the biggest thing is to preserve your capital in order to be able to finish the rental, right? Or do multiple projects at once.
How much of a down payment do you need to qualify for the 9.99%?
25% down.
25% down.
Yeah. So also one thing to point out with private lenders, which seems to be a shock for a lot of people, is there's usually a lender fee associated with it. So Calvert is really good in the sense that they cap their fees. There's a lot of private lenders who adjust fees up and down based on perceived risk, etc. Calvert has a Ontario cap, whichever project they either lend or don't, and give that fee with it, which is pretty good to know. Yeah, sometimes some lenders charge a lot more fees up front, which does not make sense when you're going to hold it for such a short amount of time.
Yes. Okay, so let's say we're going 25% down this, so we need around roughly 50K, and we're paying 2% fee on the close with this lender, and we're paying 10% interest rate, simple interest, monthly payments, interest only.
Mm-hmm.
From this, we need between between the financing, the down payment, and holding costs and everything, this calculator says we need 145,000 cash.
Yeah.
All right, because of the 85K. Right now, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that factors in holding costs as well.
Yes. So what this calculator tells us is that with a purchase price of that asking price of 189, if we put in 85K into the project and we borrowed the rest of the mortgage at 2% fee and 10% interest, and our project took 5 months total, we will be walking away with a 60K profit.
Mhm.
It's not bad. How many people out there make 60K a year? Right? You could be done. Technically, you're only working for 2 months.
Yeah.
So
pretty solid.
pretty solid.
I mean, yeah, and I think there's some margin there. Even if the project takes a little bit longer to do, but takes a little bit shorter to sell.
That's what I like about this calculator. The what if scenarios where if the project took an extra month, you make $2,000 less, but if your project finished a month earlier, you make $2,000 more.
Yeah,
Easily.
and I mean the good thing with this project too is because of the purchase price. Let's say even if we put the stupid 18% interest in and $30,000 down, like the mortgage amount's so low. Not that like you're still gonna make 50K, and
That's really interesting because people think it's crazy. Like, how can you pay 18% interest, but you're putting so little down now? And if this is all the cash you have, you could be walking away with 50. Like, if this project, let's say, had even less renovation costs, and we'll look at the next one, which is a little bit simpler renovation, in my opinion. Sometimes it makes more sense to do it this way with the higher interest rate and lower down.
Yeah, I think one thing to point out too, if you hit Control Z to undo what you just did, the return on cash invested is about the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about return, right?
40% return is not bad in a 5-month period.
Yeah, and I think it was pretty comparable even with $20,000 down and a high rate.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. We're gonna move this one a little faster. This one is 15 Corey Crescent in Quinte West, which is Trenton. It's listed for this weird number of 336633. It's a palindrome. And excellent starter home flipper house for downsizing, extra quiet neighborhood. This is a really popular neighborhood in Trenton, actually. This little pocket here. There's a school here called something Carswell that people really like to put their kids into. So for that reason, that neighborhood's quite popular, and the houses there are actually kind of expensive. Decent sized lot as well. It's actually almost the same size as the other property, but it's a 2-bed up, 2-bed down, and if you look at it, it's a raised bungalow. So you could actually make this in a duplex conversion as well if you wanted to. But I think this makes more sense as a flip, to be honest. As you can see, exterior wise, in much better condition than the other one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean,
inside,
the structure looks solid. I actually really like first look.
Yeah. Inside, wallpaper everywhere, carpet with some strange stain on it. This is like I'm taking the carpet out, putting new flooring, removing the wallpaper, painting it, maybe new trim. That's the extent of it. New kitchen, right? Very little to do. New vanity.
Yeah.
Just floor paint trim over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It is a fuse box, and it is aluminum wiring, I noticed. But otherwise, there's maybe some moisture here. And here's a laundry room. There you go.
Okay.
And here's the back. Cute little deck. Yeah. Okay, that's this property. And comparable wise, we looked at properties in that neighborhood that sold recently. If you look at the prices here, I would say you're looking at in the mid 400s, in my opinion. Based on what I like, look at this. This is very similar to that property, right?
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Same kind of style, everything.
I don't know why it's taking so long to load. But we can go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like we can see the renovated version, it can range close to 600, but I think based on what we see here, we're looking at mid 400s. So going into the calculator, our purchase price on this one is 336,633, right? Based on the photos, what do you think the renovation cost is? I'm thinking like if it's just flooring, paint, trim, kitchen, bath, and the electrical, addressing the aluminum and the fuse box.
So yeah, so the electrical is going to be a little expensive, right? It's going to probably be like 12K at least. Depends on the extent of the wiring that needs to be done. Could be a little bit more. The other thing,
Budget.
Go ahead.
Budget 10K for electrical.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that might be on the low end.
Okay, 15, just to be safe.
Yeah, that's it, 15. And
okay.
The other thing that I'd want to look into is the moisture in the basement. So you pointed that out, which is really good, right? Because especially if you want to be able to have that as usable space downstairs when we finish it, that could be, that could be another 10K just to waterproof, right? If you need to do that.
If you need to do it.
At least.
So
yeah.
To really conservatively estimate the renovation costs, should we say 60, 70K?
Yeah, I think that would be on the low end. I think it'll be more.
80?
Because of that basement. Let's say 90. So like I didn't think so until I saw that moisture picture and the panel.
Yeah.
Because I've done a couple old houses in Trenton before with that combination, and I don't like it. No, that being said, when I go see if you go see the place, the moisture could just be something stupid, like the eaves troughs haven't been done, and like it's just been leaking on the side, and like the basement's fine, and you just need to replace the drywall, right? In which case, now it's gonna be like 2-3 grand to fix versus 10-15. Right, so but that's the biggest two things that I'd be focusing on when I go to see it is just those two things.
Exactly, but we're just on the computer looking at photos, and as an investor, you're just doing this nonstop, and you're using conservative numbers, and if on the calculator, if the numbers work while it's conservative, then it's worth physically going checking out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 90K renovation budget, purchase price, that, and then we say it's going to be worth 450 when it's done.
Sure. Yeah.
And in this case, 2% fee, 10%, we are losing 25K for this property.
See, guys, it's not scripted, I swear. But okay, so two things though. So one, everything seems usable, right, in the property.
Yes.
So like, there is a chance, if you could qualify, that this doesn't need to be a Calvert play, right?
Exactly.
No, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference in terms of profitability. But what I am curious about, because you made a comment at the start, which I kind of stuck with me, is why not make this a duplex?
Okay. So with the duplex, you're spending. Well, let's say we're turning to a duplex and we're just selling it. We'll just run the numbers that way. So I know that the two most recent clients of mine who's finished their duplex conversion all got exactly 600. So we're gonna 600. But this is gonna cost more money now, right? To do, maybe like we're talking 100 something for sure. 120, 140.
130. See what the numbers look like.
Right? Oh, look! Now you're...
See, now so you're like, you still flipping at the duplex. Like, I don't know why you didn't do duplex.
And it's a super nice neighborhood too.
Yeah. So like, even if you can't afford the whole and burr it, right? You just do that.
Yeah, considering and you could turn it to duplex. You could hold it. You could sell it, but you're walking away with 76K. Whether it's you're holding onto it as equity or you're pocketing it as profit.
Yeah. So while I'm just throwing wild cards at you, let's just consider the scenario, because 234K is a lot of cash for some people, right? What if you put $20,000 down and paid that stupid interest rate?
18%, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, it's still cheaper than credit cards. See?
So make 60K, right, in 6 months.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I was
It's
just
not
curious.
bad.
I was just curious. It's just that, like, for that one, I would definitely recommend if you have the cash, put it down. But it's like that would be the scenario of somebody trying to stretch a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
And it's funny because when you're looking at 18% interest, the scenarios where what if the project takes one additional month, you make what is that, $5,000 less, and
yeah,
if
like
it if the project takes one less month, you're making an extra 5-6 grand as well. So this is the
Yeah.
range you're playing with here. So that's not bad. Like I think there's a lot of people out there who would be happy with a 60K profit in 6 months. That's 10,000 a month.
Yeah, 100%. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's assuming that's too good to trade, which you're probably not gonna do.
No, and
Yeah, don't do that.
well, I've closed with Calvert myself.
Oh
I
yeah, I've
went,
closed the cover too. Not that much. I love Calvert.
yeah,
Calvert's a
I,
great lender, right? It's just about capital strategy, right? Depending on how much money you have to work
yeah.
with. So, right?
I've I think I've paid 12%, and I bought something with 30K down for something that's
Okay,
530.
nice.
and
Yeah, that's where
and
they come in handy, right? If you know what you're doing, it's solid.
yeah, it comes in handy when you're just trying to maximize your ROI, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All
Cool.
right, so that's it for these two deals. The flips are actually a little bit more complicated than Burrs, in my opinion. There you got to really go deep into the financing, your holding costs, and
It's
your
also
renovation budget better be tight.
they're also a lot more unique, right? Like I feel like a lot of the duplex conversions, we pick the cookie cutter ones, whereas the flips have all like each house is so different.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
tons of upside though. That's why a lot of people make money doing it. But you just gotta be
yeah.
prepared and have a good plan going in.
And keep in mind, this profit that we're looking at assumes you're hiring everything out and you're not doing anything work yourself. And
Yeah.
if you are a contractor and you don't have any work lined up for the winter time, this profit could easily be double,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
100%.
Especially you've got
Yeah.
contractor discounts on everything, and you got your preferred
Yeah.
trades, and you got your accounts with Watsons and Bardon and whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. A solid property, man. It's a good play.
yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna call it a day here. Thanks for joining in on us on our flip one. This is a little bit unique. We might
Yeah.
come back to this after a couple more weeks because this is pretty fun to do.
Yeah.
And people like this stuff because it provides them HGTV.
Yeah.
But as
We
you
will
can
get back
see,
into flips sometime soon. I don't know.
no, I bet if HGTV showed if HGTV showed this calculator, I think a lot less people would want to do it. Yeah,
That's a very good point.
yeah.
Very good point.
So
Cool, man. Well, this was fun.
yeah, all right, we're calling it a day. If you guys are looking for financing for regular projects, or if you're looking for flips, that unique product that's available, Ribhu has access to it. Just reach out to him there, Ribhu RAMPERSAD, on all the different channels. And if you're looking to purchase a flip, you can reach out to me at Cashflow George. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week.